think it was mostly because my anxieties and depression, I couldn't develop relationships with the other students.
I'm a resident school survivor. I was taken out of my parents' home, my community, at a very young age.
You know, they come and pick you up north and tell you have to go out, and they put you on a plane. And then that's it. You look at your parents and they look at you, and then they take you out to school.
I was always hearing my mom saying, well, she's got a hard time learning. She's a slow learner, the teachers are saying in school. It wasn't until years later that I found out that I was party literate.
And I was born with an intellectual disability. I grew up in a foster home with a foster mom and dad.
I was doing really well with the schoolwork. Like I was getting 90s in science class. And even my science teacher was calling me up saying, hey, why are you dropping out? You're doing so well and all that. And I had to tell him it's not the work, it's not the teachers, it's the other students. I can't get the relationship going because of my own anxieties and stuff.
I didn't speak a word English, and yet they expected me to obey everything, and you get slapped in the face if you or hit or somewhere. You didn't.
And you couldn't even speak English when you got there. You didn't know how to speak English, you know, when you got to the city where they, you know.
So right at a very young age, I learned not to cry, because if you cried, they'd say, I'll give you something to cry about.
It was the left side of the brain that had been damaged from being an infant when my father threw me on the ground. And that because he didn't want to hear me crying, he came home drunk.
You say to yourself, what am I doing here? I'm supposed to be back at home with my parents. You know, but it was very hard. I was abused there.
Oh, I think I was about 33. I went back to school and my reading skills had dropped quite a bit, where I only had about a grade 3 reading skill.
It was difficult because when I was growing up, because I had older brothers and sisters, I didn't learn how to do anything. So, and because of my disability, I felt like I didn't get the skills.
I think my children are finally realizing that it helped them. It helped them to see how I struggle. And I've always tried to teach them to be men, because they're boys. And when they were boys, I used to say, I don't want you being on welfare.
I do want to go back to school.
It would be great to kind of go to university or any of those things, but you can't.
And I'm so happy. If there's nothing that I didn't do right in life, I really feel the only thing I did was help them to do good in life. And I hope they don't have to be in the shoes that I'm in.